All right. Got a little thing here I want to talk uh, about what we eat. Uh, I truly believe we're going to read some here just to get a little bit of a outline. As long as you give thanks and pray, there is nothing on this planet that you can't eat or drink. Uh, but there's Paul talks here. Let's just read this and then we'll go into it. Where we're 1 Corinthians chapter 10. We're going to start on verse 23. Once again, I am in the modern English version. I will jump to King James from time to time, but I bounce around. I got Amplified. I got a lot of different Bibles. When I see something in one version that I don't quite understand, I go to different versions and try to bring it together, and then always pray to God for the understanding. Give me rightfully discern the Word of God. All right, verse 23 of chapter 10, 1 Corinthians says, all things are lawful to me. Now, this is Paul talking. All things are lawful for me, but not all things are helpful. All things are lawful for me, but not all things edify. Let no one seek his own, but each one the other's well-being. Eat whatever is sold in the meat market, asking no question for the sake of conscience, for the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. If any of those who do not believe invite you to a feast and you desire to go, eat whatever is set before you. Ask no questions for the sake of your conscience. But if anyone says to you, this was offered in a sacrifice to idols. Now, that's one thing God said, not to eat anything sacrificed to idols. But do not eat it for the sake of him that mentioned it, and for the sake of conscience, for the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. So basically, the guy brought it up to you, hey, this is sacrificed to an idol. Are you going to eat it? If I bless it and pray over it, yes, I can eat it at that point. That can be done. But for his sake, I'm not going to eat it. We paused at verse 29. If you're going to have lunch with a bunch of Jews, don't serve ham or pork. Same thing if you've got Muslim friends. We can be Christians and be friends with Muslim people. We're not supposed to take Christ crucified to the Christians. We're supposed to take it to those that don't believe or have other beliefs. And you can't shun them people and have your back turned to them and win them to Christ. You got to live a life. There's certain places the Bible says, draw yourself from, spiritually, when you go into your spiritual time, then you get away from those people and you commune with God. And once you get filled up, then you go back out into the streets and in the city and you eat with these people, but you don't serve. You learn their customs and you honor them by not offending them. You will gain more trust with them than you can preach Christ to them. Yes, I can eat a ham sandwich, but if I'm going to sit down with some Muslims or some Jews or some people that don't even have to have a religion, believe they just don't believe in eating pork. Vegetarians, if I'm going to sit down with a vegetarian atheist, for his sake, I'm not going to eat meat. Let's we got it. All things, we can eat anything we want. Pray for it, give it thanks, and eat it. But don't, if it doesn't edify. It says all things are lawful for me, but not all things are helpful. All things are lawful for me, but not all things edify. Let no one seek his own, but each one the other's well-being. Let's get back over here to verse 29. It says, I'm going to back up a little bit. The earth, the Lord, and everything in it. Conscience. It just starts off, period, everything in it, period. Then it says, conscience, pause, comma, I say not your own, but that of the other. For why is my liberty judged by another man's conscience? If I partake with thankfulness, why am I slandered concerning that for which I gave or give thanks, or gave thanks, question mark. You know, so why would I be slandered? You know, don't put yourself out there. You'll perceive when somebody's trying to set you up most of the time. Well, just go along and don't give them, you know, ammunition. Don't, you know, therefore whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all to the glory of God. Now listen to me. This don't mean you go out and get your fifth Jack Daniels and I'm going to do this to the glory of God and just get stone hammered drunk and make a fool of yourself. That's not what it's saying. Use some common sense in all of this, people. We don't need to be, you know, eating nothing but ice cream every day. We don't need to, you know, you don't need to eat nothing but fat. You know, you got to take care of your body. This body's temple of Christ. We you know, yes, I'm a little overweight. Spent most of my life not. I try to take care of myself, but not like I should. I'm getting more into it now. God is really starting to teach me some things. I pretty much drink a lot of water. I mean, water now. I throw a few little Gatorade Zero or something in, you know, but you got to take care of this body. Yes, I was healed by His stripes, but you know, we got to be obedient and try to take care of the temple. Do a little exercise, take your vitamins, try to keep your body as best you can. All right. Okay, therefore, whether you eat or drink, whatever you do, do it all to the glory of God. We covered that, people. Give no offense. Now, that's what I'm talking about Jews. Give no offense neither to the Jews, nor the Gentiles, nor the church of God, just as I try to please all men in all things, not seeking my own profit, but the profit of many, that may be saved. Follow me as I follow Christ. So, what I think is we can't be judgmental concerning what we consume or what other people consume. I mean, if I know Christians that drink wine and drink beer. You know what? I personally, I don't. Not anymore. I probably did a little bit. You know, I never was big at drinking the last, you know, everybody when they're 19, 20, 21, I think goes through that. But, you know, I don't. I just, it's not that, I'll be honest with you, I don't know that drinking a beer is wrong. Personally, if you're an alcoholic, it is. If you have a problem with it, it is. If you get drunk on it every day, it is. If you're drinking 14 beers a night, it's a problem. Not just with God, it's a problem with your body. It's a problem with nature, let alone God. But, you know, if you want to drink real wine, I personally, I don't do alcohol just because I try to honor God by giving up some things that, you know, carbonation. I don't drink pop. I used to be real bad on the Red Bulls. I don't do the Red Bulls anymore. I fasted those. Just different things, you know, and I just try to take a little something I know that is not real healthy for my body, and I add it to this fasting list. I'm trying to live a fasted life. I'm trying to stay not just physically but spiritually in line with God. So I just wanted to cover that, a little bit of, you know, don't be afraid, just give thanks and everything, especially in today's time. Let's get back on this COVID-19. Even before COVID-19, any bug, any flu, any disease, you know, we should pray over everything we eat. Now, I'm guilty. A lot of times I got the first bite in my mouth, and that aggravates me because my body just jumps out there, and then my spirit will swell up and say, whoa, 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 you need to just check it there a minute, bud. I will literally quit chewing. Sometimes I'll spit it out if I'm by myself at home. I'm not going to do it in a restaurant in front of a bunch of people. It'd be gross. But say your prayer of thanks and ask God to bless and cleanse this food and give Him thanks for it. And actually, it don't even say, it just says give Him thanks and it's taken care of. So offer everything you eat and drink up to God with thanksgiving, and then don't worry about it. But like I said, let's be mindful of those that we're around. You know, You get somebody that's a vegan because they're part of PETA and don't want to eat it. You know, that's fine. If that's their belief, you know, I don't judge them. Fine. You know, that's fine. Who's to say? Maybe at some point I may find something in the Word that says, whoa, you know, I mean, I haven't and don't believe I will, but may say that, hey, you ain't supposed to be eating meat. You know, and if I can find that and prove that in the Word, then I'm going to be like, well, man, I'll just become a vegan. So let's, man, I'll be honest with you. I think my diet is leaning more towards the vegan diet, not totally off meat, but, you know, I mean, I don't need to eat 16-ounce ribeye every day, you know. None of us do. It's good, but we just need to stay in touch with our mind, our spirit, and our body, and get in the Word. And the biggest thing out of this is, I just want to say, make sure you give thanks to your food, and for everything that you consume, give God thanks. And that goes over into your check every week and anything you receive. Give God thanks for everything as you receive it. Offer up thanks for it. But, you know, make sure that you do all that. And then be mindful of who you're doing what around. And don't create a stumbling block or give somebody a reason to create accusation. And let's walk and be more Christ-like. Okay? Let's get in there with them sinners, and let's not offend them. Now, like I said, that don't mean we need to go in and go drink with them. I'm not saying that. But, you know, let's don't go in there and start badgering them because they're drinking. Get them saved. God will take care of the drinking part. Christ will fix them of that. We just need to get them into the kingdom, get their name written in the book of life. Get them saved, people. We need to get them saved and then let God do the changing. It's not my job or your job to change anybody. Now, God may call us to minister to people on certain things, but we can't beat it down their throat, people. We can't sit there and just hound them over that. You know, you don't quit drinking and going to that bar every night, you're going to go to hell. You know, first of all, that's not your call. You don't know, okay? You don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So let's be humble, non-conceited, live Christ-like, and just let's try to help everybody we come across, okay? That's the whole reason I'm doing these videos, is to try to get this word out there to people, because there's people that I can reach that nobody else can, I'm sure. And same thing with you. So everybody have a blessed day, and I truly love all of you.